Did it work? I'm liking this
worked.
restream thing, man. I'm liking the restream thing. It's easy to use, man, and it looks good, dude. It looks good, man. So, yes, indeed. What's going on, Sierra? How you doing, man?
I am doing good. I can hear good. I had my volume down on the headphones, but I can hear now, and I'm ready to roll.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, man. We StreamYard is a good site. We were having some issues, man. So we're trying some new stuff out, guys. This is Restream that we're using. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Welcome back to the Crypto Remora. We come to you live twice a week, Monday and Thursday, to bring you the latest and greatest in all things Web3, crypto, and all the other crazy shit that we talk about. But yeah, man, we're gonna look at some charts. We're gonna have some fun today, guys. Got a good show planned out. So let's get it. Let's get it.
So, as you guys know, we I had to do some traveling. Corporate had to get some surgery done on her eye, get her eyeball straightened out.
How's she doing, man?
She's good now. It's still really red and like really nasty on the one side. It's clean, but it just looks like. And she's like, I had no idea it would hurt. I'm like, well, they're fucking cutting your eyeball. Like, she's like, yeah, but I thought the retina was going to be less painful than that. I'm like, look, the whole general vicinity of an eyeball is going to hurt just because it's not the most painful part in the middle. She's an eye doctor. So she figured, she was like, oh, it's not going to be that bad. And she was crying, when she woke up from the thing, because it was in that much pain. I felt bad for her, but she's a soldier, dude. She got through that shit. She's pretty tough, but I had to like voice my opinion in the room. I was like, look, y'all need to get her some more pain meds before she leaves. Like she's not a wimp. I'm a wimp. She's not a wimp. She's tough. And for her to be in pain, I knew it had to been kind of for real serious.
Bad, yeah.
So anyway, I left her at home yesterday and went to the Kava bar with
None
GMB.
Other than GMB.
With GMB, and
I had a blast,
some
man.
Cool dude, and Wes was there.
I was there. I had a picture that I posted in the group chat of me being there, so there is evidence of me being there. We had a good time.
Actually, there with his shades on.
We had a good time. It was fun. We had a good time. I can't tell you much of what we did, but we had fun for sure.
It's funny because when we were sitting down and we were just like, we were wanting to talk crypto and wanting to just get into some layer 2 stuff because he was curious about Arbitrum, and I just showed him Camelot and GMX and just explained a little bit what the layer 2 was, and without trying to confuse him or confuse myself. And then after that, we're like, man, let's go shoot some pool. It was like touching grass to like get away from the screen for a minute and just to hang out, and it was like, it was really cool, man. I liked GMB. Man. I like what his thoughts are. He's got a Substack, you guys. If you're interested in this, Colleen may be interested. I was actually talking about Colleen to him.
Let's plug it, man.
So what GMB is doing out there, you guys, he's putting together a Substack forum kind of thing where he teaches you how to do the basics. And you might think, oh, well, that's not really necessary. The basics of technology. So how to use a laptop properly, how to use a cell phone properly, how to use an email properly, and like not Web3 at all, just basic computer skills. And you'd be surprised how many people don't know basic skills. Even in 2024, 25, we take it for granted, especially in crypto. But there's a lot of people in, either inner cities, or it doesn't even matter. It could be, it doesn't even have to be what neighborhood you're in, because Colleen grew up in a very, let's say, privileged neighborhood-ish. Her family wasn't hurting necessarily, but even with her schooling, she's like, she gets on a laptop and there's certain things she just doesn't know how to do. So it doesn't matter what age group, what race, where you live. I think what he's doing actually is very much needed. There is a big gap in the technological abilities of some people versus others. And the way he was explaining it to me was, in the world where we're trying to transition everybody to to potentially voting on the blockchain, right? Or just anything like that, like any kind of thing of your right as a citizen. It's like there's this gap between people who did grow up with computers and know and are technologically advanced versus people who didn't and
Yeah.
aren't. So I just thought, yes, DMB talking about the Substack. I just thought that that was such a killer idea, and it's really good, and it ties right in with Crypto Remora values. It ties
Yeah.
right in with what we do, and so
Let's
I wanted to pitch that, and GMB is going to get us links and whatever he needs to get
yeah.
us
Send it
for that.
in the VIP. Send it in a VIP GMB. We'll put it up on the screen here in a second.
But kudos to you for even thinking about that, because most people in 2024, 2025, they're not even thinking like that. Like you're just thinking like, oh, well, if you don't know how to use an email, then you're just going to get left to the roadside.
Right.
Like, and that's not right. Like he's got a very valid point. I mean, I don't know what they're teaching in school now, but I know we had a computer science class, but all we did was fucking play Oregon Trail. Like we
Right.
just said, like the computer just said here, teacher said play Oregon Trail. You did some math problems and
How do
shit,
you
and then
say
you got
Oregon? Hold on.
Oregon
Hold on,
Trail.
man. Hold on, man.
Not Oregon. It's not Oregon. Oregon's inside your body.
No, Oregon. Is that how you say
Oregon
it?
Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Oregon
No
Trail.
fucking way, man.
You never played that?
There's no way you say Oregon like Oregon.
Well,
There's no
Oregon.
way.
The organ's inside your body, or something you play, or you play. You play the organ at church.
I can't, dude. I can't. That is the first time I've ever heard somebody say it
How
like
do you
that,
differentiate organ in church
bro.
versus I'm from Oregon? That don't sound right. Oregon.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's just one of those things, man.
You gotta say it somehow. How do you gonna
say? Is that how they say
I say Ori. I don't know. Now you got me thinking about it. Oregon.
Roads.
But did you guys play that in
Sorry,
school?
man,
You're
I
a
didn't
couple.
mean to interrupt.
You're a
Yes.
couple
Yeah.
years
Oh,
younger
yeah.
than me.
Bro, I
you
love
guys
Oregon
had
Trail,
that.
man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I played it outside of school too, man. That was the game. That was the
Yeah, it
fucking
was
game to play.
that was ahead. Minus the math problems and shit. That was the boring shit.
Yeah, but like, it captured my attention, man, because of course, I'm a freaking '90s baby. So born in the '80s, but grew up in the '90s, and like everybody has fucking ADD, right? During that time. But like legit, like I have it really, really, really bad, man. And that was a good way for me to learn. That's how I learned, all the math problems and shit. Because I sucked at it. And I still kind of suck at it. Not the best. But love that game.
Definitely a good tie-in with what GMB is doing. I think it couldn't fit more perfectly of what we're trying to do, because we're sitting here trying to educate people on Web3. How the hell are you going to move to Web3 if you're having problems on the basic side of things? And there are people there that will probably never get into crypto because they haven't passed that first threshold.
Right.
So what GMB is actually doing is, I think, is almost as needed as onboarding people and teaching them how to use a freaking wallet. Because if you're too intimidated of your laptop or your Gmail or your cell phone, and you're like, I don't know, you're never going to get a freaking hardware wallet. You're never going to get a crypto wallet. You're not going to do that. So, yeah, I think it's awesome. He just posted the link, you guys. Make sure you check out GMB's Substack. Wes is going to post it for everybody, probably on Twitter as well. But we're going to be working with GMB in the future. I already talked to Wes a little bit, GMB, before the stream. He's down. So I think we're going to find a way to implement you on the site there, so you can help us out with that. And we're both in agreements on that. We think that's a hell of an idea. I think it'll only help us out. And like we said, however we can help with the Substack or whatever else you got going on, you're more than welcome. You are a part of the Remora team, brother.
Yes, you are. 100%, man. This is cool, man. This is cool. Hold on. Let me plug this in real quick. Let's see.
Colleen, this would be really good for you, by the way, what GMB is doing with the Substack. If you're still watching, I'm not sure if she's still in here, but
let's see. Where did it put us on the screen here? Let's take a look. There we go. There it is. Okay. Lost in Space. Hold on, let me click over so I can see it. This looks good, GMB. It's lostinspacecoast.substack.com. So definitely check it out, man. I love this. The real
literacy. That's the word I was looking for. Digital literacy is what he called it, which is exactly what it is how literate you are with your digital footprint, how easily you can navigate around on the web with your computer, your phone.
This is incredible, dude. This is freaking awesome, man. Holy shit. Is this is all you right here, GMB? This is one of your posts? Yeah, sign up. Look at all my emails, dude. I'll do that later. That is really cool, GMB. I love it, man. Love it. But yeah,
totally ties in with what we do with educating people and getting them ready. This is definitely like another layer to help people and reach people to get them onboarded. Really good stuff, GMB.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Very well written. You can tell. Yeah, that's official, man. Hell yeah. Awesome job, man. Did it stop sharing my screen?
No, you're still on there. It says the real.
Looks weird for me. All right. Anyways, yeah, so go check that out, guys. Go check that out, man, if you're looking for a good read and some of the basic stuff. But yeah, you're right. Nobody's really ever thought about that, man. Like we all, we've talked about how to do crypto and stuff, but what about the shit before? Got to have those steps. You got to know what to do and how to do it safe. So that is really good to see, GMB. Awesome job, man. Awesome job. All right, man. So here we go.
Absolutely, GMB. Absolutely. He said a Remora Substack in the future.
Yes.
I'll say something real quick before we leave that topic. Just real quick on the Substack. I don't know about this is another crucial thing. Because my girl, she learns by reading only. And if I have to learn something by reading it, I'm not going to fucking learn that shit. I cannot sit there and read. But I will tell you this. There is people out there that is all they want to do to learn, right? So you need good writers for that. And it's such a, like, I always thought, like, why is Lark doing a newsletter? Like, who the hell? But then he's like, we got over 80,000 subscribers. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I'm subscribed to a lot of.
So there's a lot of people that do that, though, that only read to retain and learn information, which you could say, well, how the hell else are you going to learn it, Nick? I'm a video guy. I like watching videos. I like doing it myself, hands-on. I like to see it. I have to see the pictures of it on the screen, or I have to actually, it's got to be in front of me.
And you know what they have now, though, man? You can highlight the whole article. And sometimes they're already plugged in there. They're already linked in where you can just listen to it. Like the AI will, the AI will speak out the whole whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how I got to do it.
The majority, I think that we're the minority in that. I think the majority of actually intelligent people like to sit there and read some shit. Like there's more people that read that and learn than there are weirdos like us. That's what I'm saying. So it's actually crucial. So Reddit, Substack, those are all avenues that like me and you kind of skip over because we're like, we don't, but for other people out there, Crypto Remora should have a Substack. We should have a Reddit. We should be active on all these writing type places. But very, very cool, man. We got good stuff coming.
We had a decent airdrop on that Cato.io. I don't know if you signed up for that, Siri, but it wasn't bad, dude. Free $100, man. It was a free $100, so I'll take
Cato.
That. Yeah, it's Cato AI, and pretty much it's just like a it was a social farming kind of thing, but I didn't do anything, man. All I did was go to the website, sign up for it, and then it tells you how many smart followers you have or who you're following, and it just kind of kept up with that. And that was it. So you might have one on there without even knowing it, dude.
I wonder about the abstract because I missed that. I was trying to get that freaking NFT for the abstract because I signed up for Pengu and all that shit. And then I was watching it like a hawk. And then, of course, they're like, oh, well, the release date's not today. We'll let you know when. And that pissed me off. I'm like, come on, bro. I'm right in front of my shit now. but it was like 3 days later. And then,
Right.
of course, I got busy, and then I couldn't mint the freaking abstract NFT. It pissed me right off. But yeah, dude, prices are not at 97K. The calls last week, I said we would slowly work our way up to 97K. It looks like I'm off about $90 or $2,000. Wes, your call was what? I don't remember what you called.
Mine was down then up. So mine was what was that on Thursday? So yeah. So I said that we were probably, because we just ended the day, and I said what we're probably gonna do is drop down to 95, 96, come back
Holy
up
shit,
to
we're at
102.
94.
Yeah, come back up to 102, and then by today we would be around 102. If we got above that high volume point of control on the chart, which is like 98,000 and some change, and we can't fucking do it, dude. We can't do it, man.
And I did say if we kept tapping our head at 97, eventually we would work our way back to that 92 area, which I said there's a pit stop at 93,500. At the time of streaming, we're at 94,900. So we're right around 95,000. So in my opinion, what we're doing, we're right in the middle of those two levels, Wes.
We're not doing shit.
We're at 91, 91 and 98K are right here. Where are we sitting?
Yeah.
Right in the fucking middle, perfectly. We're right in the heart line of this channel.
Unfortunately.
Which tells me that two things. One, if we don't stay in this heart line very long, if we keep going sideways on this heart line in between 91 and 98, guess what's going to happen? We're going to fall back down towards 91, right? But this time, is there the potential, because sentiment is so bad, which is stupid. It shouldn't be bad, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Sentiment is horrible right now. People are freaking upset. They're pissed off. They're arguing. You know, there's a lot of uncertainty with the regulation still, and you got new administrations coming in. And I always said, when Michael Saylor goes on a buying spree, Bitcoin is always crashing or going down. Whenever he's bragging about how much he's buying, the price of Bitcoin always is shit. It's never like mooning. It's always red or negative when Saylor's like, oh, I just bought 68 million, you know. Whenever he announces it, I should say, because he buys all the time. But whenever he makes an announcement, it seems like it's a red day or a red week, or just kind of like the Bitcoin conference thing. It's like every time there's a freaking Bitcoin conference, we just tend to be in the red for whatever reason. But this is interesting to see. If we stay in the middle of this heart line and we fall down to 91, is that going to be enough to go to close that CME gap? I'm not convinced yet. I'm not that bearish.
No, I'm not.
I'm not that bearish.
I believe that we have capitulated, man. I don't think we go back down. Look, man. Well, I don't know. You want to look up? You want to pull up the charts, man?
Yeah, I don't think it's time to bullshit around too much. I think we should jump right into charts because it's too crucial. We've feels like we've had a week off, even though we haven't.
Yeah. Let's look at this, man. If I can figure this out.
So this is the chart.
Yeah. All right, where does this put us?
There we go.
Let me see where we're at here. Okay, cool. Yeah, so all right, look, man. This is the daily chart for Bitcoin. We're at 95 now. We're for the wicks. It looks like we're kind of doing this little head and shoulders thing, man. On the wicks, it's not a big one, not a major one. But I think this was capitulation, dude. Honestly, I really do believe that. This is a fake out. We got our MACD cross. We had bullish divergence on the bottom. And we're just having trouble breaking out, dude. We're just going sideways and consolidating. And I think that that's intentional. You know what I mean? For the powers that are, more than what we have.
Accumulating.
But, yeah. So I don't know, man. I do think that we've capitulated. We have gotten back up above this major area of support, which is right at 95. So we got a nice little wick down. That's cool, but we didn't wick below this previous wick where we did capitulate, go down to 92. So it's good to see that even though we went down, which we had a bearish MACD cross on the weekly, but even though we went down, I'm still seeing strength, dude, and the market structure is starting to come in. Like back here, this is not structure, dude. This just looks like shit, right? But we're finally starting to smooth out a little bit, ebbing and flowing here and looking good or whatever. So I do think we've capitulated. I do think that we're going to stay above 95 or close above 95. But like Sierra's talking about, man, we have these two major levels that are running together, and we very well could go down to 90K. We can go anywhere 90 to 92, but I think we're safe there, dude.
Yeah, I think more so my bigger concern or my bigger thing that I want us all to be aware of and keep in the center of our minds is I'm
CME gap.
constantly drilling the CME gap, but I'm not going to say that we're going there necessarily. I've been saying for the last 2 months that we're keeping an eye on it for you guys. We're making sure because look, if it does happen, it's going to be one of those things where you wake up and you look at your phone, and you're like, "What the fuck happened?" And you're going to wonder what happened. But
Yeah.
if it does happen, I'm saying you'll be like, "Well, what the fuck?" But at least if you're aware before that situation, then when it does happen, your brain's like, "Oh shit, we're down here. We're at the gap now. Like, what happens now?" Well, I'll tell you what will happen. You probably only got a couple days, if you get that long, to buy at those prices before moonshot again. But I like your candle wicks. I like where we're wicking down. It looks like we're having a lot of trouble just getting below, 93, 94. Is it enough support at this level yet? I'm not 1000% convinced yet. I don't think 95 is cemented yet. I just don't think we've had enough trading up here yet for it to be a full-on cement level. Not saying there's not support there, because there obviously is support. I'm just saying that if the powers that be, let's just call them the powers that be, the people that are accumulating, and I talked about this on Thursday, the people that own this level, okay, let's just pretend it's two people. Let's pretend it's Elon and Trump, just for shits and giggles. Let's say those are the two biggest buyers at this level. And Saylor's buying a little bit at this level too, because he just won't stop buying. But let's say Elon and Trump are buying the majority of the Bitcoins on the exchanges at this price level. So what that allows them to do is, if they wanted to, let's say you owned or bought the majority at this level, and you wanted to dump the price. Well, you've got a side stack of a sub stack, if you will, of Bitcoin somewhere else. And then you've got the Bitcoin on the exchanges. What determines the price is the Bitcoin on the exchanges. So let's just go with that for now. The Bitcoin on the exchanges, like, in other words, Elon and Trump would have their own bags of Bitcoin over here, and maybe even a strategic reserve for the US already put away. Boom. But the exchange level Bitcoin, if they wanted to sell that and they have the majority control of that level, they own the majority control at this price level, and they say, you know what, we're going to sell it to ourselves. Like, we're going to dump it and then we're going to buy it back, but we're going to dump it to trigger the downfall. See, they do this shit. The market makers do this, and I think a lot of new people don't understand. They're like, well, why would they sell it there? Because it's to psych you out and to cause fear and panic. And when they cause the fear and panic, then you sell your Bitcoin, right? You, as a retail guy, as a little guy, you actually do sell your Bitcoin, and you're like, I'm out. This is too scary. And the whales are like, psych, I'm just playing. And they scoop it right back up. So what I'm saying is, at this level, we've hit this level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've come down on this level more than we've gone up on 90. I'm sorry. We've come down on this 95 level more than we've gone up to 105, 106. So I guess what I'm trying to say is we've been hammering down on 95 level a lot. So if we continue to do this shit and we don't have enough upward movement, that $90,000 Bitcoin could come creeping up on us a lot quicker than everybody's ready. And if that happens and we do fall through, I think that would be the catalyst to bring us right back down to the 80K, causing mass panic and everyone saying it's the bear market. I told you 107 was the top. It's all over. Pack it up. We're going home. So we have to be aware of that situation. We have to be aware of both sides. I just want to keep it in reality that That potential could still happen, but as of right now, I'd say we're at 60-40, meaning 60% it doesn't happen. 40%, I'm 40% saying it still may happen. I'm not out of the bearish woods yet, but I'm not convinced 100% yet. And I'm still watching this as a very serious potential that it could still happen. I'm not going to be out of that until we're above 102. We get above 102, I'm going to shut the hell up about it.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think that it's so hard to call, man. I'm seeing, you know, experienced traders that have been doing this years and years and years, way more than I have. Like very experienced traders saying that they're not touching this, dude. Like they're not trading this because of the current market conditions of us just going sideways in here, or at least the swing traders are saying that, right? We've got our point of control and the volume, so we have this entire area that we've pointed out, which is pretty much in between these yellow, you know, boxes here. If you were to stretch it over, this is where most of our trading activity is done. And I'm still, look, obviously we didn't go up and retest 102. Obviously we're still just going sideways, right? But the fact that we are still above this area of support and that we're starting to smooth out and get some decent market structure, that is good to me. The fact that we are above this blue line, this downtrending level of support, that's bullish to me. Like, I think that that is super bullish. We're just going sideways. We're trying to break out of this thing. We've tried so many times already, and it's just not happening, dude. We got our little bearish crossover on the moving averages back here, and then you can see that capitulation wick. And so far, we haven't had a wick below that, only the body. This is the lowest close that we've had since we've been in this range. And that's something, well, actually, it's not even closed yet. So I'm just trying to take it one day at a time, man. I'm watching everything that I can watch as far as price action and market structure. But to me, I think it looks good. It's only a matter of time before we break above this. That little capitulation wick that we had, where did that take us to? 93.7. I mean, those are hell of a good time to buy, man. Like, so far, these wicks have proven really good times to buy or to go long on. So I'm gonna go with this, man. If we wick back down to this blue chart, I'm probably gonna put in a long. I think it's just a matter of time before we break above this, dude. We did make a higher close here. We tried to get above that point of control. We just can't do it, dude. I want to see us get back above the moving averages here, and get off this yellow line and get above that point of control, man. That's really all I want to see.
And we did slice through the EMAs. The candle bodies have been full on closed below the EMAs, and now they're using them as resistance.
1, 2, 3.
And that's what's happened. If you scroll over to the left, right there, you could see when last time this happened, the candle bodies completely sliced through the EMAs, came underneath them, started using them as resistance, except for that one mega pump, which is just kind of weird. We had like a mega pump and then a mega dump right back under. So that was just I don't know what the hell that was. That was a weird, right in the middle there where it goes up blue and then down yellow. Right there, that big hump. It looks like a pyramid almost. That move right there was very strange because usually when we break below the EMAs like that, we kind of use them as resistance. But that one was like, nope, I'm going right up through it. And then it said, nope, I'm coming right back down. So that was kind of a fluke. But you could see once we got 3 or 4 touches on the EMAs as resistance, we broke back up to the upside, and then we had a little bit of a pump. So now candle bodies have been slicing through the EMAs. We're underneath them. We've used them as resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So what comes next? I agree, Wes. I think the structure does look better. That's why I'm 60-40. I'm 60% bullish, 40% bearish right now, because I think the most of this resistance hitting on those EMAs, I think that's behind us now. I hope. But it looks like it's behind us, and it looks like you said, dude, we've touched the zone underneath. You know, we've kind of cooled off the indicators. People have been able to buy. And what comes next? I mean, you would think we're going to go back up to that damn 97, 98K level. The only question is it enough gas within the next couple days to break that, or are we just going to hit our head again? Like, are we just going to run up to 97, 98 and freaking hit our head one more time? And that's the question. As a trader, be very careful, dude, because you're playing with such a small margin. You're literally trading Bitcoin
Right.
within a $3,000 range. That's very dangerous. You can get wrecked because then you're going to want to use leverage and shit. And I think that's what they're doing, bro. I think this is time capitulation. The whales have very few tricks that they can use, and time capitulation is the one they're using right now. They are trying to bore the shit out of you. They're trying to bore you to get to sell your bags, to say I'm done with this shit. The bull runs over,
And it's working.
It is working. They're
It's
pissing
working,
people
too.
off and boring people.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, dude, and that's another thing about, these areas, this point of control. This thing is proven to be, it's one of those things that most people don't put on their charts, right? Is the point of control, the VRVP. And this is proven. I mean, look at all the volume right here in the
Lot of
middle. We
volume.
are just struggling, dude, to get back above that. But I think once we get back above it, I think that's when we start to make a new high, another leg up. And this is kind of like what I see playing out. There's a lot of similarities that I pointed out last week as well between this consolidation and this consolidation range. We got our little death cross, a lower moving average death cross here. And that was our capitulation. We came up, faked out, and wicked right back below it. You can see these wicks also did like a head and shoulders thing before finally moving up. You know what I mean? Taking that next leg up. And that's just kind of what I'm seeing now. There's a lot of similarities, but it's on a lower time frame. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that look the same, but it's on a lower time frame here. So I don't know, man. I don't know. We got to do something here. Got to do something.
Yeah,
man.
that $76,000 to $84,000 range on the VPVR is, if I was a market maker, if I was a market making man, and I think you have to scrunch the view up a little more like this to see it. There you go. So you see that big curve? It almost looks like a bowl with the dead center of the bowl. In the middle of that is 76 to 84. That small little range in there. So if I was a market maker, I would be looking at two things right now. One, I would say, okay, the upside is we go above 108. The downside is 76 to 84 because most trades have not happened in there. Basically, no trading has happened in there. And there may be some Tom, Dick, and Harrys on Wall Street that want or have big, massive buy orders in at those levels. I'm sure there's quite a few people that have buy orders. So if you have buy orders in between 76 and 84, the question then becomes to the market maker. He says, well, should we bring the price down there to complete those buy orders and fill that little gap right there? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that want Bitcoin between $76,000 and $84,000. That's not a question, right? We know that there's demand out there for people that want that shit. The question is, does the market maker want to bring it there? The answer is probably yes, because they can make money with the trading and the back and forth, and the exchange is clean house. But the real question is when, right? Because if that level doesn't get hit till after the bull run or till after the next pump, then it doesn't matter. But if it happens before our next move, in other words, if they decide they want to bring us down there before they take us to 120, before they take us to 150, before the bull run just gets too crazy euphoric, that's the question that I keep repeating and dwelling on, only because I'm trying to figure out what the hell their move is. Are they just accumulating here and then they're going to let the market do what it does, or are they accumulating here at this level only to then say, you know what, let's roll, let's go down to that level real quick, boom, 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 make the trades, and then go back up. And like I said last week, if we go to that level and come back up, you won't see Bitcoin stop at 98, because the people that own that level are going to say, you know what, let the brakes off of it. And they're going to go like this. They're going to open the ceiling like the Willy Wonka elevator. When the ceiling opens up and that thing takes off, that's what you're going to see happen if we go down to that level. In other words, it would be the best thing to happen. I kind of want this shit to happen. I know people are like, no. But I'm telling you, I kind of want it, because then we're not even going to like pit stop at 120, bro. Then we're going to go straight up towards 140, 150. If we hit that springboard down there at 80, we're going to freaking rip. Like, we're going to it'll be fun again. Bitcoin will be like, oh yeah, this is fun. Those days, like 2020 and shit. That's what I'm, because
We need those
who
days.
cares about 120?
We need 'em.
Like, are you really going to be that stoked if we go from here to 120 at this point? It'll be fun.
It's the alts, man. Everybody's waiting on the altcoins to take off, and I think that's what's getting everybody
Yep.
impatient. And there was actually a post that I'm gonna
They
find.
know that shit too. They know it. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah. So we talked about this before on when we first came into this range. We talked about this before. It was looking very similar to how this started off, right? And I remember saying, like, all right, what happened the last time this happened on the chart? And I remember saying, like, damn, dude, we consolidated and went down for 6-7 months here, dude, before we finally broke out. And this was all looking the same, dude. There's a lot of things that look similar to this. And I'm almost concerned, worried that, man, is this shit happening again, dude? Are we just going to consolidate for, you know what I mean? It's been, 3 months since we've been up here? Let's look. Yeah, so it's going on 4 months, dude, that we've been up here. And you can see on the monthly chart, dude, look what we did last time all that happened. And that's going to suck, man, if we consolidate here and then at the last minute fucking blast, dude, because
that almost
like
that almost robs us of our whole beginning of the year rally, right? Because you got a lull in the middle of the year. In summertime, markets generally kind of take a little breather before the end of the year rally, October, November, December. And you got January, February, March, April, or generally March. You got April, May, June ish, right? Where you get a nice pump and then you get a cool off or a lull. And then you finish the year off strong, October, November, December. If we continue in this sideways and down shit all the way through March, and then we're going into April, you still have 3 months though. Look, April, May, June. So you could still catch a nice pump April, May, June, and then have a slight lull, cool off, and then we have the end of the year. So we're not we still have time. You know how a lot of people saying we're running out of time. We're not out of time yet.
Yeah,
we got a whole month,
time,
bro. We
man.
got the whole month of March. And to be honest, March sucks for stocks. There's a reason they call it the Ides of March. You got a new cabinet. You got new FBI. You got new CIA. You got new Trump hiring, firing everybody.
And
Shit
everything's
up,
bullish
dude.
for crypto too, man. Everything's bullish for crypto too. And like, I think that is what's getting people, because they're like, man, if all this bullish stuff is happening, why are we sitting still right now? And it's because they're trying to bore you out of the market, man. They know this next leg up is coming. Like it's imminent. Like it's coming. It is going to happen. Who's all going to still be here when it does happen is the question. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it.
Real quick, Wes, that wick, try to keep your scene where it is. Don't zoom out or zoom in, and keep it right where it is. You see where that orange circle is on that lower chart?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now look at the candle to the right of it, the indecision candle. Well, the bullish pin bar candle. The bullish one, the blue one, the pin bar.
This one over here?
Right next to the circle. Yeah, the blue one, right? Yeah, that one.
This
you see that?
Yeah.
So that wick, if you look, that wick and
that was when I called the reversal last time. That was when I called that
wick to the right. If you now go to your VPVR and look how it go over to the move your mouse over there. You see that? Look at that. The bottom of that wick went into the gap just by a C hair, and then what happened? Boom, and then you had a nice run right after. So what if? Just bear with me for a second. Go up to the top flag, and what if they send a wick that just touches that? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? What if they send a wick that?
Well, that's this.
You think that was already happened?
Right in the middle. I think that was like the overall weekly major capitulation event.
But the VPVR doesn't have that big of a gap in where the other one does. Like, in other words, the gap is deeper on the bottom where that wick hit up top. You don't have that deep of a gap. I'm talking about what if we get a wick down to like I don't know where it would be, where that third VPVR candle is, where it gets real tiny. What if they send a wick down there and that's all we ever get? In other words, we don't close the gap. We don't go to 80,000, but we go to say 90. What is that? On the very smallest Yeah, somewhere around there, like where you had the cursor.
Yeah, that's 89.
89.
So we dropped to 89. It might have even been 88, but we dropped down there. 89,164, almost
So what's that?
88,000 is
Okay,
that wick.
85,000 is where the candle kind of disappears on the right. You'd have to go down to 84. 85, 84, you'd have to get a wick down to do what I'm saying. It would have to go as low as 80, 85 to hit that real middle of that VPVR gap. You'd need a wick down to 85. And that would almost be like the fake out, right? Because then people would say, oh, we're going to the CME gap because Sierra said it and he's a big mouth and he was right. And we're at 85. And then everyone goes short thinking the gap's $5,000 away. See, I don't know, man. There's so much shit they could do right now. We have to look at all the angles, but we should take it one step at a time. And
I'm expecting this weekly candle that we have right now that we just started, that's got 6 days and 7 hours left, this bearish candle here. I'm expecting that to come back in
the range
symmetrical triangle. Yeah, I expect that to come back up by the end of the week, man, and stay within that symmetrical triangle. But I mean, dude, you see so much similarity as far as, getting the bearish MACD crossover, bearish divergence on the RSI, and I mean, it looks exactly the same, dude. And I don't know. That's what I'm kind of seeing on like the higher time frame, man, is that we could drag on until that 50 comes up and we skim right through it. And the 50 is only at 77, 76 right now. So
and that 50, if that 50 very, very slowly and gradually just kind of grinds upward and over, it would almost put us right at that freaking $85,000 mark. If it was a slow grind up, it could go right over to like 85, 86,000. And then that would ignore the CME gap at 80,000, which would just be them playing 3D chess with us at that point. They're just playing games then, because then it's like, But you got to think, you got the greediest minds in the world all trading this asset right now. You have the most intelligent computers, algorithms, and investors are trading this asset. So if you're even trying to trade this asset, you are competing with the most intelligent, most sophisticated algorithms, the highest net worth individuals literally in the entire world. So this is not like trading a regular stock or just trying to trade Facebook stock or Google.
Right.
You're literally going up against the best in the world.
Yep. That is
I agree with you though, Wes. I do think we're more up than down right now. I think we've had enough cool off for a while. I'm not going to try to guess the wick. And I'm not just going to say 80K for the CME gap just to say it, because there's a lot of shit going on up here. But it's just one of those things where I think we have at least another week or two before we get enough info on the chart to say which direction we're going to go. So in other words, I think we got to close this candle. I think we got to start working on halfway on the next candle for the weekly to really form the pattern of what we're going to do here. Like, I just feel like we have a little more of this sideways boring bullshit that we have to get through, which would put us into what, March? I mean, it's February 24th. So you're talking the second week of March is generally bearish for the stock market. It's not good. The Ides of March, they call it the Ides of March because it's shit. The stock market generally goes to shit in March for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think it's people moving their losers around in the beginning of the year, getting ready for that pre-summer pump, because you got March, you got April, May, June, and then June is summertime. Everybody sells off, goes on vacation. At least that's how it used to be back in the day for stocks. So I think worst case scenario, we have a boring ass sideways March and just everybody gets exhausted. Better case scenario is within the first 2 weeks of March, we actually see something happen where we're not like, oh my God, this sucks. But either way, do we pump? Do we pump or dump before February is over? I don't think so. I think some assholes got a big bet on the side that Bitcoin would be under 100,000 by the end of February. Somebody's got a side bet going on, and that's why they're holding this price here. Someone's got some options. or something that are expiring.
Yeah, could be. I mean, could be,
Somebody's
man.
doing something. They want
Could
this
be.
price at this point all the way up to the end of this month, I feel. So we'll see.
Yeah, we got 4 days left. 4 days left for this candle close. I'm with you, Siri. I think that February is a red candle, white candle if you're looking at my chart. But yeah, and then March, man. I don't know. I think March is going to be
March,
bullish.
I think
I
March has
think
a much better potential to clear all the bullshit that we've been through. And I think it's like a good fresh start for us. And we're not the stock market, you guys. We're crypto. We are different. We're a smaller niche, you know. We don't have the big boy capital like the stock market, but we do have a different position than the stock market. So I think that, yeah, I think we start to pave our own way. I think we start to break away from the stock market a little bit this year, and people start to look at crypto as its own sort of ecosystem. I think it gets a little more
mhm,
respect on this bull run. I think people start to look at it and go, oh, maybe we shouldn't treat all of crypto like a fucking tech stock, because that's not what it
right,
is. And a lot of people are still looking at it like, oh, it's just Amazon, Meta, you know, YouTube. They're just treating it like a tech stock versus what it really
right.
is. And the reality of what it is it's the entire technological world is changing and evolving along with the money of the world. So this is something we've never seen before. The markets have never seen this. They don't know what to do with this shit yet. So
Yeah,
that's when price discovery comes in. And when price discovery comes in, that's the real deal bull run. That's when people are like, oh yeah. That's when millionaires will be made.
yeah, yeah. Something I was looking at the other day is the session volume. I don't know. Did I point that out? I can't remember if I pointed that out
I
to you
haven't
or
seen
not.
this yet. No.
So the session volume, it takes every candle, every candle, and it gives you the point of control on each candle where the highest volume is. And something that I noticed is, like, when you're looking back here, like, not so much, yeah, even some back here, man. When you are looking at that, and you can see if you just connect the point of controls, um, I don't know. I guess here works too. See, we got a little flow back here, right? A little ebb and flow looks good or whatever. But then, like, the closer you get to back here, it's just all over the fucking place, right?
Yeah.
And something that I noticed was that we finally, I don't know, I think this is a good thing. I just, I caught it, but like back here, man, we go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, up. But now we're finally getting that down, 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 up, down, 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 a little sideways.
Yeah.
And it's starting to really come together, man. Like market structure, dude. It's just, it wasn't there back here. Like you could not, these point of controls are just all over the fucking place. But now we're finally starting to see, some smoothness coming into the market, at least, on the point of controls
Yeah,
of these volume.
that's a great point. And you know what I think that is? I think that's all the trades that were all the limit orders and buy orders that were just fighting over each other, that were probably so
Yeah.
close that Bitcoin's price was just being responsive to all the orders that were fucking probably jarbled. Now what you're
Yeah.
seeing happen, you're seeing that smooth out, like you're saying, we're getting some
Hmm.
structure. That's because all the people that were fighting to buy or sell at certain levels in there are finally like, okay, we're good. We got our Bitcoin. So I think what you're
Yeah.
seeing in real time is what you're talking about. Is that smoothing out? We're starting to get a little bit of structure, like all the greedy. It's like throwing a bunch of freaking, what you call it, like slop in front of a herd of pigs. You know what I'm saying? The pigs are
Yeah.
going
Oh
and
yeah.
shit's got to go crazy and shit. And then all of a sudden, once all
Yeah.
the pigs have been fed and they've kind of got, there's still food in the trough, right? There's still people, there's still pigs
Yeah.
eating, but the frenzy is over. Or like the catfish, you throw the food in Broadway at the beach and you see the fish go ape shit.
Oh, dude, those things are so
Vicious. I
nasty,
think
man.
that's what you see in that weird structure. There's just so much people fighting. Oh, I want it here. I want it there. And now all of a sudden you're getting a little smoothing
Right.
out because now people are like, okay, the people that wanted to buy at that level have bought. The people that wanted to sell at that level have sold. and now we're getting a little bit of sideways shit. And I agree with you, dude. I think that is the best thing. That's a great indicator because it does show that they're finally like, all right, everyone chill the hell out. Like all that crazy shit's over with.
Yeah, we're starting to get a little more volatility, man, and it's I don't know, it's good to see, man. It's good to see the structure start to come back because I mean it was looking like shit there for a
Just
while.
Weird.
Dude.
Just trading
really
weird,
was,
man. Like
very weird. Very weird, dude. That line right here.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's like that's insane, dude. Absolutely.
And the pump
insane,
above
man.
it is stupid too, because it had like this weird triple top with a peak in the middle of the triple top and then a double bottom, and then you just crash. So it's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I don't know. That last run before where we're at, it's just a weird M shape, but like a triple M or some shit. It's just patterns that we're not used to seeing with Bitcoin. It's moving in erratic ways. It's just acting a little crazy.
Yeah. So this is you know kind of stands out to me as well is that line for it to do that, which you never see. For it to do that, man, that means something to me. And something that I noticed is if you just stretch that out, man, it's
still playing out.
Obvious that that's a significant level, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 closes here, 6. I don't know if that's closed. 7, 8.
Absolutely.
And your number is 9,
yes, sir.
Isn't it?
It is.
So maybe we come and retest that one more time, dude, before breaking
what is
out,
that
man.
level?
But I do think that level's significant. That's 96.5.
96.5.
96.5.
What an asshole market maker number to pick too. 96.5 is where I'm going to put the brakes.
Yeah, but it almost reminds me of
this
it
backward extrapolates, dude. Look, that level goes back too. There's another dot or two back there.
Yeah, it goes.
There's probably
right
a bunch. There's another one. Yeah, that shit goes back, dude.
Right here.
Yeah. Yep.
Right here.
Yeah, that goes back.
So we had that support here. Now it's looking like it's resistance again one more time, but we had a resistance here, and then we had support, a few support levels. So I don't know. I think that that's a pretty significant level, man, that I'm kind of watching and hoping we can get above.
So what kind of confluence would we have would be, we've got two zones lining up. We got the downward sloping zone. You got the blue box zone of support underneath us. And then you've got that 96.5. All three of those levels are going to kind of meet around whatever the middle of that is. So that would be right there. Boom. What price is that? Right where that mouse pointer is, actually. Right where you got it. What level's that?
Yeah, that's 91.
Shit.
So that's in this blue box. Yeah, that would be
so
right
that's
there
that's
in
the bottom of that range one more time. So, man,
could be, man. Could be.
This is interesting, but at least I'm like you, man. At least we're out of that like weird chop bullshit now. Now we can at least see something starting to form.
Right.
And I like that because that even if it's up or down, it's like, what do they say? Indecisiveness is the enemy.
Is even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. I like that. I like the simplification of this chart because it actually shows.
I do like the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. The lines are good to look at. That's something that I've never really done on the channel, dude. And then the other day, I'm like, why the fuck do I not use the line chart every now and then? I mean, it just simplifies it, you know?
Yeah, it clears.
The dots are just where
it clears your perspective. It gives you fresh perspective on the market where you could just have tunnel vision from the candles. It does reset your brain.
If this turns out to be some kind of bearish Elliott wave or whatever, then I would expect something like this.
I like that.
And then to come down and hit that.
Matter of fact, I like that to the T. That's confluence. That's a bounce off 91K, which I think we need one more flush. That's hitting our head on that resistance. I love that. What you just drew is probably going to be my call for between now and Thursday. I literally think I want to call that as my call, which would put us by Thursday down around 91, 92.
Around 92.
Are we going bearish full on yet?
Man, there's if we, dude, I hate to say it, man, but I mean that's a pretty bearish candle. If we close down here below both of these wicks, and obviously below where we closed at previously. I mean, it's just one of those things, man, that we're probably going to continue to the downside until we can hit that support level.
And likewise, that would put us at a relief rally tomorrow or the next day to go up again to that 90, whatever it is, 96.5 or whatever, to hit and then hit our head Wednesday. So let's just say we're down today a little bit. We have a relief rally tomorrow, which would be that pump up to 96, whatever. And then that would put us in Wednesday coming back down. So that would put us, on Thursday, that could potentially put us down there, right?
Yeah, it would be Thursday. Yeah, if it went off of what I drew. It's not perfect, but
I would be okay with that, because then that would put us just low enough to where we're retesting those blue boxes, we're resetting indicators, we're getting all the leverage stupid shit out. We're gonna wreck some. There definitely be some people going short at 91. People are gonna say, all right, let's short the hell out of it. So the bears will probably get wrecked. This could actually be the best move that we could have happen. Relief rally tomorrow, slowly down on Wednesday, by Thursday down around that 92-ish. And then, my friend, when we bounce off of that 91, I think we could have possibly enough momentum for enough longs to come in and for enough short trades to get wrecked that we could finally get past that damn level, which would be good.
I really thought that we were going to be back up above the point of control, man. I really did. But it's just not happening, guys. It is not happening. Not anytime soon, I don't think. Yeah, let's see what Lux has to say here. Where are you? And then I think it's important to also look at like the 1 hour so we can see what's kind of happening on the shorter time frame here.
By the way,
but yeah, Lux just put in a sell.
I was just going to say, by the way, for you guys watching, please hit like and subscribe on the Crypto Remora. Give us a follow on the YouTube channel, or subscribe, rather. That really helps us out. We're trying to get past 1,000. We're right at like 700-ish, 800-ish.
No, we're at 8. We're like
870. So we only have freaking 200 more subscribers to go, you guys. If you really want to take the extra mile,
836.
Hit share, promote it. You could do all that. We really don't ask you to do that much, though. We just want you to hit subscribe. That helps get our numbers up. We get over 1,000 subscribers with X amount of hours, and we can actually become monetized on the channel. So we've got less than 200 to go for one of the requirements. So please hit that subscribe button if you guys like what we're providing for you.
Yeah, man. And we just had a short conversation real quick. We're going to, shamelessly shield the channel real fast. But we had a short conversation before jumping on here about, the structure of the channel and different things that we can do to make it better, because we're always looking to make the channel better, right? And I'm excited about the conversation we had. I think that'll be really good for the channel, man. And we do this because we love to do it. This has nothing to do with money, or like we're not making money for this. You know what I mean? We love to connect with people. We love, just putting out content to help people and just kind of, I guess, speak our thoughts too, man, just to each other. Like we used to do this every week. What was it, Siri? Every Tuesday?
It was every Thursday. We did it every Thursday for a year first.
But we on a phone. Yeah, on a phone call, we would have our meeting every Thursday. Nothing to do with the channel, before the channel, every Thursday. And then we're like, you know what, dude, let's just do a stream, man.
Well, Wes was the one who initially pushed it, and I knew the level of commitment it was going to take. So I said, I don't want to do it unless you commit once a week to the phone call to show me how committed you are. And Wes was committed. He called me every freaking week. And I was like, shit.
I said,
shit, I'm going to have to do this channel now. Wes he's holding me accountable. And so he did that. And then, that's when I decided, because my thing, the commitment level is crucial. You don't think it is, but
guys, it's challenging.
It's rough to commit to something one time a week for a year. Yeah. Now, this is going to be a shameless plug for my CT fam. Now, I got to say it. These cats
Right.
have committed to
Yeah.
doing a
These
spaces
guys,
over
man.
an hour and a half, sometimes 2-3 hours a day,
Every
every
day,
day for
dude.
170. I think they're on like 170 tonight or some shit. So ruthless commitment on CT, and I just scooped a little more CT yesterday.
Look, he was talking about um what did he say? Like a midday spaces
I saw that. I'm
between
like, are
5 and
you
6 or something.
insane? I was like, are you
I
crazy?
think we need to get with them to do a co-hosted
He's a G, dude.
spaces,
That's
man.
just like you already committed to 170 and you're doing it every day and you're running a business and you're emailing all your people and you're keeping up on the market and
It's a
you're doing
lot.
other spaces and then you want to add another spaces on your plate. God bless you, Bob, because shit, I
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
That's
There
a
ain't no way
huge
in hell.
commitment. Huge commitment. But I think, like a co-hosted spaces would be fun with these
Oh,
guys, man.
I would love to do it. We're supposed to have them actually on the channel too at some point, and
Yeah.
we will. We just haven't orchestrated it. Shit's been so crazy on my end too.
Yeah,
I know
dude.
once your work schedule starts to slow down,
Smooth
once
out
I
a little
figure
bit.
out, because I'm still in probate with mom's house and like dealing with all mom stuff. Like I'm still
Yeah.
dealing with that shit. It's only been a year since mom died in April.
Damn, dude, it's 120. All right, let's jump into this real quick. So Lux Algo,
Absolutely.
Lux Algo, good thing we don't have a sell signal yet. We haven't put in a sell signal on Lux Algo this entire time. So we got our buy signal back here at January 17th. And a lot of times when we get a buy signal like that, you can see this blue line is pretty much saying that is a good entry, right? And that's how we got this little fake out here, man. That's when my trading went south, and I haven't really put in any other trades since. But we had this buy signal here. Money flow was looking good, momentum was looking good, and what do? We came up, and I'm sitting here waiting. I'm like, dude, this is a trade, but I need to wait for the retest. We come up, we get our retest. I go long, come up, and I'm like, all right, cool. We're gonna break this resistance, and boom, come all the way back to where below we got this signal here, and that's when I realized, like, dude, this is not a good time to trade. Took me a little while to realize that, but we've been under this buy signal since the 17th of January, so over a month, like a month and a week. And Lux Algo is purple, showing that we're just in a crab market. We're going sideways, but you can see the structure starting to play out as we've talked about, earlier here. We need to get above this point of control. What in the world just happened? Why does it look like that? All right. Anyway, so we need to get above that point of control. Lux Algo is still purple, man, showing that we're just going sideways. Targets are still to the upside. The only thing that's been confirmed is the trend catcher here. So we got the buy signal, trend catcher, and we're holding up this area of support. So if there is a time to go long, now is the time. What we need to see is volume come in, the market structure to keep getting a little bit better. I mean, it's starting to get a little bit better. And then I think as far as a trade goes, I would look for this bearish Elliott wave pattern to go down to hit this multiple area of support and go long there. That's kind of like what I'm watching as far as a swing trade.
Yeah, I think the name of the game for the less experienced right now is to DCA. Just DCA. I know it's boring. I know you don't want to hear that shit, but from here and down, don't think of it as, oh, if I buy now and tomorrow it goes down, I'm losing money. Don't think of it like that. What you're doing is you're lowering your cost average.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't go all in right now. If you got $50 on the side, maybe you throw in 10, $15 and then you save that 30, $40 and then you wait till tomorrow, see what happens. If we get a pump tomorrow, you wait again. Just say, wait a minute, maybe we'll get a retrace and come down again. So maybe by Wednesday, if the market's red again, you still have 30, $40 on the side and you go, you know what? I'm going to buy a little more. So this is how you dollar cost average without, if you want to be a little bit more risky than just, oh, I put in $5 every day, no matter what the price, that kind of frustrates me because I'm like, I think I can time the market a little bit better than that. So I'll just buy on red days in general. Like if it's just a red day, I'll just be like, yeah, shit's down, or look to see what is down, and then I'll buy whatever that is on that day. I think you can do that and still dollar cost average and do very well. You don't have to be that asshole that just, no matter what the price is, I'm gonna buy it. You could be a little more intelligent with your money and not be, and still come out ahead. You know, that's not trading the market, but that's just a little bit more. It's what I call DCA on steroids, and it's okay to do that. If you don't want to trade, you can kind of swing trade DCA the market by just spot buying, and that's okay. There's no rules to how you buy or how you invest. You guys don't ever think that you have to do it one way or the other. You might not even need to trade. You know what I'm saying? Maybe trading's not for you. For me, I realized trading was not going to be my extreme forte. I still love TA. I still love price targets. I still love the whole action of it. I just, for whatever reason, I've decided that's gonna kind of be my sidestep. But you know, you may find that you want to do that. You just got to find your strength.
Yeah. I was trying to draw this out. I mean, it almost looks like it's a falling wedge we got going on here, but I can't get it drawn out. I think I'm looking at the closes. Right? I mean, no.
A little
it?
bit. It's just, yeah, it's just weird because the other bodies of the candle up top. But I kind of see that, which would give us a little more. You could even move the top part up to those wicks. Sometimes I'll use the wicks. Sometimes those whales are using the wicks.
Yeah, I was
like, bring the top one up.
But we are getting tight. Yeah, we are getting tight here. Talking about bringing it all the way up.
Yeah,
to the
like
wick.
that, because then it lines up on both wicks almost. One,
yeah,
2, 3.
Wick.
Yep. And then bring that one up. Boom. See, if you got that action now, all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, because you know the whales could be drawing this kind of shit. You could even backward extrapolate that bottom line, go backwards with it as far as you can, and see where it's at. See if it any confluence on the candles behind it. But it's a potential that's a good falling wedge, which gives you more room.
Yeah, we are getting tight. Yeah.
You're not quite 70% of the way through. Maybe you're around 69%, 68% through that fallen wedge, which would put us slightly lower before breaking out.
Yeah. So I was looking at, what was I looking at for? What the hell was I just looking at, man? I saw something and it's the reason I did it. I can't remember. Oh, I was looking at this like a correction pattern this year. So we topped out, made a lower low, lower high, lower low. And then anything, if it doesn't fall below the C where this wick is, this is all just noise. And the only way we're going to know that we're breaking out from this little corrective wave is when we break above the B level. So when we break above that B level right there, that's when we know this shit's real. We've reversed. If that is, in fact, you know, some kind of Elliott pattern here. But anything in between this is just noise, technically.
Yeah, all roads are pointing to definitely March before we see anything, which is another 5 days. So if you're biting your nails and waiting for something to happen the next 24 to 48 hours or 72 hours, I wouldn't lose sleep over it. I don't think anything major is going to happen. Famous last words, right? Bitcoin will be at 120.
Right.
We'll miss the long.
Right. Let me see something real quick. I thought I had some.
Do we have anything else in news? We kind
of
went backwards today. We went into TA first, and
we did. I will share this. I think this is important. These guys are fucking incredible. Let me make this easy for me today. Stop sharing.
I know.
Share. Next. Can you see?
All right, what do we got? The problem?
All right, sweet.
Problem with bark rugging everyone. No matter how much money you have, you can't buy taste.
That's funny. Who is that supposed to be?
That's that guy that's rugging everybody.
Oh, Bark. Yeah, what a piece of shit. All right, why is it this?
He definitely got a freaking punchable face.
Oh, this isn't what I wanted to share. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second.
Good for Saunders sticking up against the Rugger.
Yeah, dude.
He's the defender on the front
I
lines.
followed. Look, I followed those guys for like when all the what was the dog's name that I was heavily invested in there for a little bit.
The dog.
Yeah, the purple dog,
Oh,
Duco.
Duco.
So when Duco, yeah, come to find out, these guys had their hands in Duco, man. And like after the token that came out after Duco got rugged, that was when I realized that every last one of those guys are fucking piece of shit, dude. Like straight up, man.
Yep.
Straight up piece of shits. But yeah, I like the fact that he calls them out. All right, so real quick, guys, real quick. DeFi airdrops, the people that missed Hyperliquid, this could be another opportunity. I do like Athena, but they just raised 100 million to build out the Athena chain. I fucking hate the fact that we're building another chain. We don't need any more chains, right? Stop fucking building chains, dude. We don't need them. All right, but anyways, yeah. So we got another chain on the way. Got out today. Ethereal Dex pre-deposit skyrocketed. So pretty much they're saying Ethereal Dex is the Hyperliquid on Athena. So if you're looking to farm something to not really be bored or stagnant here, I mean, you can try and do that. I'm personally not going to farm it, but it could be a good opportunity for you guys.
I was wondering about Hyperliquid because, GMB was thoroughly asking a lot of questions about what exactly Hyperliquid was, and I was just, I was almost like trying to explain because he still was questioning Arbitrum and Layer 2s and how they work,
Yeah.
and I was trying to explain. I said, well, basically Hyperliquid is its own blockchain, but it's been transitioned from Layer 2 on Arbitrum before it becomes its own chain. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not making no fucking sense. Like, I'm not helping this situation at all. But basically, Hyperliquid is its own Layer 1, but it's EVM compatible.
Yeah.
So it's its own chain, but it's more community driven, community owned. I was going to ask you this, Wes. As far as the staking goes, the average pools on Hyperliquid are paying 2 to 3% for staking. Does Thade or the Prime Apes, do we have any idea which pools are worth it? And if you do stake it, is it liquid staking? Can you unstake whenever you want? Or is it going to be kind of, I don't even know if you've looked at that, but I thought about staking some of my Hyperliquid. That's why I'm asking. There was like 30 different pools, and I was like, I don't know which one to do. I'm not going to do it until I do a little more research.
Yeah. So I would tell people, if you're looking to get into the Hyperliquid ecosystem, I think that's a great idea. I love Hyperliquid. We all love Hyperliquid. It is really good. But yes, staking it is just like staking it on a network. So they have a protocol where you're going to be able to do liquid staking. But as far as like staking the Hype token itself, you can do it directly on Hyperliquid, the exchange. They have a new tab over there. It should be right at the top where all the tabs are. And if it's not there, if you're on mobile, just go to where it says more, and then you can look down and it'll say stake right there. But I think that's a good move. If you do have the Hype token, I would highly recommend staking.
Do you know which pool? Because there was like 30 or 40, 50 pools.
Yes. So I would do the Nansen and Hyper Collective pool. And then they have their own pool, which is, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's like the Hyperliquid official pool. There's like 5 of them. You'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of those, and then the Nansen Hyper Collective pool is a good one. I think people are going to get some airdrops out of that one.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, then don't get bored and try to click off the channel. Matter of fact, you should tune in a little more. You're actually getting alpha right now. So one of the reasons we always say to follow the Crypto Remora is because, unlike the other big channels that kind of repeat the narratives and they're always talking about kind of the same things, you kind of get skipped over with the bigger accounts sometimes. We're a little account, so we actually have to work a lot harder to retain people and stuff. And part of that working harder is being involved with like Prime Apes, figuring stuff out before the narrative switch, figuring out who's going to compete. And I talked to GMB about this. you know, you got Solana, Cardano, Polkadot, Ethereum, XRP now thinking they're doing some stuff too. So you got all these L1s, and then you got Say and Sui and Aptos. Okay, who's gonna compete? Who's gonna be the rising contender this bull run that steps in? If you think about it, Sui, Say, Aptos are not new. They're considered older blockchains now. Cardano is definitely not new. Solana is definitely not new. Ethereum is definitely not new. XRP is not new. So who is the new kid on the block? There's only Hyperliquid is the only one I see with the strength, the community backing, the positive price chart. If you look at the Hyperliquid chart, bro, I showed this to GMB yesterday. The Hyperliquid chart defies gravity in reality. If you look at Bitcoin and every other altcoin, and then you look at Hyperliquid's chart, dude, Hyperliquid just goes up and to the right. And it's just consolidation steady at 23, 24 bucks, wherever it is. But man, I feel like if you're looking for the L1 play of the season, I think there's a very risky one, and that's called Say Chain, but it's down around 24 cents. I think Say Chain has the potential to make you a big old fat bag of money. And I think for a safer play on L1s, I think Hyperliquid. And those are my two. That's my risk on, risk off. My risk off is Hyperliquid. My risk on is Say Chain. And I think between those two L1s alone, you could make a nice chunk of change on this next bull run.
Yeah. Look, and the thing about Hype, dude, is they've really taken this community first, right? User first approach. And I think that is huge, man. And I think that's why a lot of people believe in Hype. And that's why they're hodling Hype. They're staking on the network. They're securing the network, is because they've got this user first, approach to how they're doing things. And, within 24 hours, I know they generated more revenue within 24 hours than Pump.fun, dude. And that is huge, man. That says a lot. So, and it's not supporting, shitty tokens and things like that, man. A lot of people are pissed off on Solana right now.
As they freaking should be. And that guy that's on Pump.fun, the app developer of Pump.fun, is clearing $2 million a day, whether you lose all your money or not. He don't give a shit. He don't care about you. He is cleaning freaking house. And that's what is the difference between Pump.fun and a centralized bank or a financial firm that's just taking all your money? Yeah. There's not really a difference, you guys. So if you're going on Pump.fun, you say, I know it's cool to be in the trenches. Well, see how long you can afford to be in them fucking trenches, bro. Because as a seasoned vet of at least one bull cycle, I can tell you this: I ain't going in them fucking trenches, and I don't feel like I'm not cool because I'm not in there handing money over to somebody. I'm not doing it. I tapped out a while back. I found good communities. If you're going to be in the trenches for low caps, you better at least cling on to a good community like Cook or CT or something you believe in, because if not, you're going to get your ass handed to you.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. All right, I got to jump off and go pick up Liam. I do want to just kind of go over these last couple of posts. This is from Trader Tardigrade. ETH is literally holding up here. This is a good thing for ETH. A lot of people are hating on ETH. ETH is gonna surprise people, man. So this is not the time to capitulate your ETH. This is the time to hold, and if anything, add to your bags, man. When we're at support like this, it's been 987 days. This is held up as support in this range. So now is a good time to add to your bag and not sell your bag, man. So if ETH dips down a little bit more, I would highly recommend grabbing some more. That's what I'm gonna do. But
Wes, we got a message in the Crypto Remora X account. I think BitUnix wants to reach out to us about having a link on the channel. You might want to read that.
All right, sweet. Let's see. So this is Titan Crypto. Bitcoin status quo. BTC closed another weekly candle inside the 93.6 to 104.5 range. No clear short-term direction until a breakout. So I don't know. He's got the 10 can. I have no idea how to use that or what it's for. I think it's just showing you like support and resistance or areas of interest. I don't know. I don't really know anything about that, but he's saying, just like we're saying, there's really no clear direction. We're starting to build that up a little bit better, but right now I'm not trading because there is no clear direction, like he's saying here. The stochastic RSI bullish crossover in the oversold zone is about to happen. Another BTC surge on the horizon. So you can see the last time that this happened, the stochastic RSI, last time it flipped down below the oversold area, we got a nice little massive pump. That's another thing that looks similar from where we were, looking at the previous time we consolidated and down. So that's another thing, man, is the stochastic RSI has it's about to flip. It probably has by now. So we could see something happen off of that. We still are under that buy signal. We still are in a MACD crossover, bullish. And then I think this is the most important post from here. Majority suddenly turning into Bitcoin maximalist after sulking about it in late 2022 and going all in on altcoins. So if you remember, if you were here in 2022, that was kind of like when things were starting to pick up, I guess. And most people were pissed off because Bitcoin wasn't moving at all. And, everybody starts loading up on the altcoins because they know that it's going to run. They were getting bored from Bitcoin. And then now they're doing the same thing. Now they're doing the same thing to ETH. Now they're booing ETH and complaining about its performance. Sentiment is one hell of an indicator to anticipate what's next. You already know what's coming. So pretty much he's saying that it's flipped. Everybody was booing Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin's ran. Everybody's going into Bitcoin now. And when really the time should be to get into some solid altcoins, in my opinion. Always hold some Bitcoin. Why not? But I think it's not the time to give up on the altcoins right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good point. I think the altcoin comeback is going to be legendary. I think everyone's sleeping on ETH.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think the best thing to do right now, while no one's paying attention to it, is to look at things like Say Chain, because as much as I don't trust, because I couldn't get in and out of trades on Say, that's when I got a little too into the ecosystem. I was like, wait a minute. And I'll give it another chance because it was okay. It wasn't horrible, but the first time or two I couldn't, there was no liquidity for me to get in and out of like a $20 or $30 trade. Yeah. I was like, fuck this. But as a layer one speculative play to drop $20 on, $30 on, you're talking about an asset that's 22, 23 cents right now, maybe even cheaper. Solana was at 22 cents, bro. Like, I'm not saying Say is going to be a Solana, but even if it gets to a quarter of what Solana was, that's a freaking 20, 30, 40, 50x potential on a layer one on the next big move. So looking at speculative plays like Say Chain, even Aptos, Sui, whatever, Scale, all these kind of layer ones. And then you've got the more bold move, which is, I think, Hyperliquid, which is taking Solana and Ethereum. But Hyperliquid has something that Solana and Ethereum don't have, and that's the community-backed, community-focused layer one, which I don't think anyone's ever done before. So I think Hyperliquid has that potential, dude.
Yeah. Can you actually see my screen right now?
All I see is a cup and handle that's ready to break out.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you could see it because for me, when I go back to restream, I can't see it. But yeah, this is just from Titan to Crypto. Altcoins comeback will be legendary. All the ingredients are here. The same people who hyped the meme super cycle and pushed you to buy the top now swear by Bitcoin. So everybody's, looking at Bitcoin like that is the play for the cycle. So everybody's going back to Bitcoin and they're giving up on their alts. This is the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, I mean, you can see, man, on the macro, you can see a perfect setup, man. We hit our top, double top, we come down, that we get our bottom on the bear market. We create, before that second bounce, we get a little support line here, then we fall through it, right? Looks like a 5-wave pattern going down, bottom 3-wave correction pattern. Get our fake out breakout here, double bottom, another bottom, and then we break above it, retest it, and then alt season is here. So we're doing the same thing here, right? Bounce, fall through support, bottom out. We try to retest a fake breakout here, come back, bottom out again, get above it, retest that area, and then break out alt seasons here. So a lot of similarities, guys. A lot of similarities. Now's not the time to sell your altcoins. Just wanted to reiterate that if I didn't make it clear enough.
Yeah, and I switched strategies up last year. I realized that I took two of the best strategies you could take in crypto, which is HODL and DCA.
Yeah.
And what I did was I committed to my meme coins back then. And I said, I'm going to HODL and I'm going to somewhat DCA, but more so HODL. I am HODLing like you just have no freaking idea how hard I'm hodling my meme coins and my altcoin. I've just been like, nope,
Yeah.
I'm not letting them go. And that's where I'm at. I committed. I said no less than 6 months to 1 year to possibly 2 years before I let these things rip. And that's what I'm going to do. And I encourage you to do the same thing. If you've got bags that you've been holding and you're like getting pissed off, you want to get out of them, just hodl through it, man. Just get through it. Give yourself another 6 months and see what happens.
Yeah, man. Let me go pick the kid up, man. Anything else you want to go over?
Oh, no, that's pretty much it. I think we nail on the head on everything. Just our regular price action.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we can make a call to just have fun. I think the obvious call would be to kind of still be in this range here, but I don't know, man. I expect to break out any day now, so I'm just gonna keep going for that 102, man.
I'm gonna say that the potential to be around 93-ish by Thursday, but I would like to see us go up towards 102. But I think
stuff we got to do.
I think relief rally tomorrow. Slight relief rally up to 96, and that zigzag you had on the chart, I'm going to go with that. I think that's the most realistic price action that we could expect.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're doing, man. So that's a good call. I'm not confident in my call, to be honest with you guys. I'm not. I haven't been confident in my calls in a couple of weeks now, ever since we got that fake out and we just can't break above the POC. But I do think it's we're close, man. We're close, dude. We are close.
And I will be back in the homeland. Maybe we could get that cook video going when I get home.
Man. Let's do it, man. That'll be fun.
Then I could see the new place too. I haven't been over there yet.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. All right, man. I think that's gonna do it. Anything else?
No, just want to say thank you to GMB for showing up, showing out.
Love you.
We like we said, we talked already before, and we're going to figure out a way to do that to get you on helping us out a little more.
Yeah, that'll be fun, dude, for sure. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Make sure you come back on Monday, man. We'll be here today. No, Thursday.
No, today is Monday. We'll be Thursday night.
Thursday night. Make sure you come back here Thursday night. We'll be here 7:00 Eastern Standard Time on the dot, ready to give you some more good calls, some trade setups, and all that good stuff. So make sure you're following us on all socials at the Crypto Remora. Make sure you're following Siri at Siri Crypto and myself at Crypto MacGyver. Much love, and until next time, peace out.
Peace out, fam.